Welcome back, we're Mark and Jill and we're going to carry on where we left you last time at the Castleton campsite. And we're just relaxing here and also going to explore some of the beautiful areas around this site, including the Ladybower Reservoir, which is very historical, and 2 villages were flooded out when this was built many years ago. We're also going to go down to the caverns where they've got gorgeous stone and rocks, and to visit the village. It's got some beautiful houses in the middle of it, and we're going to find a couple more pubs with something to eat and drink.
Good morning, just woken up in Castleton to a lovely bright morning and just getting cooked some bacon sandwiches by Mark. So let's have a look at what's going on in the pan. Waft. Right, I'm off for a little walk and I'll be back to see the finished article. As promised, lovely bacon sandwich. I'm just glad to settle down and enjoy this.
Scoff it.
We're driving out through the beautiful village of Bamford. This is in Hope Valley, and one of the pubs here, the Yorkshire Bridge Inn, was once the home for the former Blue Peter presenter Peter Purves. We're just getting our first views of the Ladybower Reservoir.
How low it is.
It is very low. The views are to die for though, aren't they?
This is a large artificially made reservoir in the shape of a Y, where the River Ashop meets the River Derwent. And now our job is to find somewhere to park.
You want us to turn right, yeah?
Just walking down to the Ladybower Reservoir. It's absolutely glorious. Glorious morning. We've been so lucky with the weather. I'm just going to turn it around. It's quite steep going down here, so just looking where I'm going. This looks really, really low, this reservoir.
This looks truly amazing. I'm just walking on down to get a better view right from the edge.
Well, here we are by the Ladybower Reservoir near Derwent. It's absolutely beautiful and peaceful.
These stones and bricks have an awful lot of history around them. They are some of the remains of the 2 villages, Ashopton and Derwent, that were demolished and flooded out to build this reservoir. It was built in around 1943 and was still being filled 2 years later. Just a few buildings remain under the water, and the villagers were rehomed near Bamford.
How's that for a view? God, this you can see it's so low. I would imagine the water is normally virtually up to where I'm standing.
Ladybower Reservoir was also one of the dam busters' practice dams, where the squadron practiced their low-level flying skills. Standing here in this gorgeous, tranquil setting, it's hard to imagine what's gone on here in the past, and it's certainly a very interesting place to visit.
What a glorious morning with the sun. There's 2 people out there on a boat. It's so peaceful. It's absolutely so peaceful here. Just making my way back up the hill. It's quite steep, this little bit. Little cross path. I'd imagine you can walk along right by the reservoirs down there. Here comes Mark. He's off for a swim. He won't make it down there and back.
I'll make it down.
Oh dear.
It back.
Let's swing it round. So that's the view.
Is it recording?
Yes, it is recording.
Ah, hello.
I've made it down there and back, exhausted. I'm going to let Mark carry on.
Yeah, I'm going back to the van, which is there. It's a hell of a trek, but I'll try my best.
Just slowing down for a little obstacle in the road. Careful, this one don't want to come across. Oh look, aren't they lovely?
A fairy obstacle. Bye bye.
Beautiful bridge. We're going over that, aren't we, in a minute?
Yes. Hopefully not under it.
No, it's not sun on water, it's just glorious. We couldn't be lucky with this weather.
Feet, turn left.
Yeah.
This bridge looks stunning in this light, and I've been told that odblask is the word for when there's a sun reflecting on water in Polish, and that's actually what my horse was called, and I found that a really nice name for him. He was always bright and happy, and he was a thoroughbred who was bred in Poland.
Turn left on 857, Snake Road.
So we're just driving back over the bridge, and the plug holes are at the southern end of the reservoir coming up to where we're going, but there was a lot of cars parked there when we came down, so I don't suppose we're going to find a spot now. The plug holes are 24 metres in diameter and 20 metres deep, so you definitely wouldn't want to fall down one of those.
So you think the pavements are built around these trees?
Oh, without a doubt. trees are dead long before the pavement.
Right, we're rounding up by the caverns. I think there's a Blue John cavern. I'll tell you the names in a minute when I turned around, but just having a look at this wonderful countryside.
The Treak Cliff Cavern and the Blue John Cavern are famous worldwide. They're unique for the large deposits of bluejohnstone they have, which have been mined here for centuries.
Right, so up here we'd have Treak Cliff Cavern and the Speedwell Cavern. I'll try and negotiate through here. What is that up there, do you know? Just looking up beyond the Speedwell Cavern.
Here we are walking up Speedwell Cavern, which isn't very fast, but the scenery is
Stunning.
rather amazing. So we're walking up here. Maybe's parked, just seeing through the trees. We're going to see what's going on up here.
We were lucky to find a spot, weren't we? It's pretty busy. If you come, especially, I mean, it's a Saturday today, so especially if you're going to come up here, we'd definitely advise to come early. We were lucky though, weren't we?
We found a spot, but it's packed.
Yeah, here's busy. Speedwell Cavern.
Underground in a boat.
We're not quite up for that today, are we?
No.
Speedwell Cavern is part of a 13-mile network of natural cave tunnels, and you descend 106 steps to get to the canal where you can start your tour. We're having a look around this lovely gift shop, and there's many mementos and jewellery available. They're made from the amazing rocks, minerals and fossils that are mined here. And look, they're just turned into absolutely beautiful stuff. You can get rings, jewellery, these eggs are really novel, and yeah, beautiful and unique gifts.
That's coming up from Castleton.
There's even a bus stop here.
Bus stop, and that is the start of a massive hill. Doesn't look it from here, but it gets really, really steep and narrow. And if you've got a big motorhome, you do not want to be going up there or coming down it.
Right, behind me is the start of the Winnats Pass. That's the one we were just saying is so difficult to get up that road. Probably best not in our motorhome. It's just beautiful though. It's taking that scenery, the way the sun's on it. There's some people coming down that hill. Doesn't look an easy climb. Steps in the middle of that field to climb over the wall.
So we're just driving back through the beautiful village of Castleton, and we're going back to the campsite. We're going to park Moby up, and then we're going to walk back down and have something for lunch and maybe a drink later on. We were out early this morning. It's probably the nicest time of day to see these beautiful places, and we'd just managed to get parked and get around before it's too busy.
Just starting off by the Blue John craft shop, there's a whole row of galleries. There's a little restaurant, jewellery and little gift stores, all named after the blue stone.
Blue John is a semi-precious mineral with bands of purple, blue and yellow running through it. In the UK it's only found here in Castleton.
So first we've got the 1530 restaurant, built in 1530 and converted in 1627.
That was very strange. We have no idea where that sound of the sheep meeting came from. Maybe someone was transporting one in a car?
Cottage and jewellery shop. And another jeweller's, all with a very pretty stone. Just coming down to the Bull's Head, just going to get a sandwich in there for lunch. And opposite is the castle. There's plenty of pubs here, loads of places just to relax and get a nice bit of food. We've just got a steak burger with pulled pork and onion rings and chips. Looks absolutely delicious.
There are some beautiful displays in this museum, and it's a wonderful way to give you a bit of insight into how life was here in Castleton many years ago. As you can see, these are stunning examples of the veins found in the beautiful rock that is mined in these caves here. Along this wall is a fascinating story of Castleton going back to very early times and how it's developed and how it is today for everyone to enjoy it. Hopefully you could pick some of this up on the video.
And this is Castleton's visitor centre car park in the middle of Castleton on a Saturday afternoon. And as you can see, it's quite busy. Lots of bikers, lots of coaches, lots of cars, lots of motorhomes. And on a day like this, who can blame them? Glorious.
So we're just walking up the back streets and we've come to the marketplace where there's the old barn and this little shop where we have the most wonderful ice cream. Just looking around here, I mean, you can see it's a triangle. It's the most beautiful area and the houses are so well kept around it. It's amazing. So back on down to the main road and we're going to try the Nag's Head. It was lovely inside. Look at the bar with the horse's head above it.
But just rebuilding this wall from ancient times.
Ancient times, yeah. Jill's just lifted up that stone. It's been there for 5,000 years. This wall used to be 8 foot high, it's now 2, and it was perfectly straight.
Until I came along.
So basically Jill's just messed up 8,000 years of Roman building techniques in 4 seconds. And here we have Castleton's first Neolithic nuclear power station, fuelled by flint and pine cones. Here is the fish and chip van, just arrived.
Might give that a go later.
Yeah, we might check it out later. Looks very nice.
Well, we just got our fish and chips from Smith's fish van, it was, wasn't it? You got haddock and chips, and I got a Sheffield fish cake and chips, which apparently is a layer of potato, then a layer of fish, and then a layer of potato. So, let's go. We're hungry.
Just back here relaxing out. So unfortunately it's our last evening. We've got to go home tomorrow, but just going to sit and have a relax and get the last of the sun. We've got a little visitor outside this morning. He's not too adventurous, but I love getting up early on the campsite. Sometimes you see little rabbits out early and just lovely to see them. So we're packing and ready to go.
Just left our campsite, just on the road, making our way back down south. And I think we've left at the right time. It's just actually starting to rain a little bit here. We've been so lucky with the weather. We've seen plenty of hikers on the road already. What is it? Just before 9, isn't it?
Hiker lot's out already.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you for a lovely holiday, darling.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah. Just reflecting on our few days that we've had. I think we started off doing the tour really around what they call the black and white towns, and our favourite one of that was definitely Tewkesbury. A lovely town and just really friendly, and so near to the campsite I think was a really big advantage, and a lot to see there. And probably followed up by Ludlow, really like that, an old town, and again a lot of history and just a nice area to be in. And it's been nice that spending the last couple of days in Castleton, a bit slower way of life in the beautiful surroundings. And yeah, it's been relaxing finish to the holiday, so see what Mark thinks about it.
Wonderful! It's been really good, lovely drive home. So far, not quite off the biggest car park in Europe yet, the M25, but it's looking good. So we should get home and unpack and chill out for the rest of the day. We'll speak to you all soon. Bonjour!